Now, if you've been watching a bunch of my videos, you can understand that the straight back is one of my favorite, most used backs of all times because you use it in every back. All right. Now, a lot of I've been requested this a few times from people. Like, how do you do a straight back? How do you stop the trailer from fading away or turning when you're trying to do a straight back? Again, it's a balancing act. All right. It's like balancing a pole on your finger. Okay. So if this happens, now that means we are going to be angled to the left. All right. Now anything on the left hand side of the screen line here on the right, that means you can't see it. Now you can see everything over here. Oh, no, you know what? Actually, let me turn the blind spots on just so I can kind of give you a better feel for it. All right, so we have the blind spots turned on right now, so that's the way it'll make it a little bit more sense to you. All right, so let's just start turning just a little bit just so we can throw off our straight back. All right, now once you start turning, now anything in the dark is what you can't see. Obviously, we can see in the left-hand mirror here. So if you see more of one side, just turn towards it. Now remember now where the center of your steering wheel is. Always pay attention to that. All right. So if we were to straighten up, all right, we would go off to the left. All right, and we will slowly start straightening up. Now at this point right here, we have a perfect straight back. All right. Make sure that your steers are straight by then. Okay. That way you can keep maintaining your straight back. See, a lot of the time what happens is, let's go back into that situation. Okay, a lot of time what happens is you turn to the left, all right, to straighten up, and then at this point they start turning the steering wheel to the right. But then it's too late. Then you got to go back and forth. All right, so our goal is not to go back and forth, even though this is balancing. But again, the better at you get at balancing, the longer you do it, or whatever, you learn a little quicker. Now, so let's just again, if we're turned to the right. Okay, what meaning is like if I turn the steering wheel to the right, it's going to angle us to the left. All right, so we're lost everything on the right hand side to correct it. Now, if you try correcting it by pointing your steer straight, that's still going to keep you in a jackknife. All right, as you can see, it's jackknifing more and more and more. All right, so we definitely, now if you want to straighten up in the shortest distance, you got to crank that steering wheel all the way to the left. Okay, now, but you got to get the steer straight right here. That way you can maintain it. So let's do that one more time. Let's go to this one. All right, so if we want to straighten it up in the shortest distance, but as soon as you start seeing the side of your trailer perfectly, there we go, straight. All right, one more time. So we are going to be angled to the left. All right, so again, this is called chasing when we're trying to straighten up our trailer. All right, so we're going to go off to the left. We're going to keep going off to the left. Now we're seeing less and less of this side of the trailer. All right, so you can, if you want to, you can start to straighten up roughly and then make sure by this point you're straight and then you can maintain it. Okay, now when you are driving backwards, keep paying attention to both mirrors. Don't just look at one mirror, because a lot of the time this is what happens. People are they're looking in one mirror, they're looking in that left-hand mirror, and they're just basically turning the entire time. All right, they're just basically they're at an arc, whatever, right? So they're not actually aiming for the space that they were going to go into originally. All right, keep maintaining this. All right, where you're looking in both mirrors, and it is a balancing act. You're going to have to go back and forth, you know. And at a certain point, you'll get a little better. Now, the shorter the wheelbase, the harder this is. All right. Because it really you end up jackknifing the wheelbase basically from suppose from the center of these axles to the center of these axles. All right. Now, if you have your axles all the way back, it's actually a little easier. All right. If you have a 28-foot trailer, the balancing part is really difficult. All right. So you just got to make sure that you're paying attention to that. Okay. Now there is an advantage of a short trailer. Well, it's short. Okay. Now, that's it for this video. Hopefully those 2 points will help you not get into an accident.